Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. Jan Michael here. Hey, we like to have fun on this show, don't we? Well, not today, fuckers, because today we're talking about the most disappointing releases of 2021. And just like with my last list, we're only going to be taking a look at two per category. The runner-up of shit, and the one that broke our hearts so bad, we wonder why we still dream in this world anymore. So let's just get this shit show over with, let's not waste any time, and jump right into anime. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, season 2, part 2. Why doesn't this show learn its lesson? Why doesn't this show... Let me break it down for you. First season. Pretty entertaining first half. Great characters, great fight scenes, a great build-up, really interesting show. Second half. Kind of repetitive. It starts to get really dull, introduces characters that aren't very interesting, a lot of talking, not a lot of action, so a mixed bag. Second season, part 1, the complete opposite. First half, it's fine, again a lot of talking, a lot of characters you don't care about, but it starts to build up into the greatness that is that second half. And it leaves off on one hell of a cliffhanger that makes you excited for season 2, part 2. Now, it's got to have learned its lesson, right? It sees what is good and what's bad, what people want, what people don't want. So, surely, they know what to do with this next season, right? No, they're just gonna double down on the boring talking? Oh, well, fuck me then. Because that is exactly what the season is. It's all fucking talking. It's just talking about what they're gonna do next, what the plan is, what each individual character is gonna do. Guys, have you ever heard of show, don't tell? Because I don't think you have. It was like, what was it, like 11, 10 episodes of straight talking and then like 2 episodes of action? And maybe I could slightly forgive it if at the very least that last fight was badass and cool and left us with this really great momentum going into the next season. But it doesn't. It really doesn't. I mean, that fight was definitely nowhere near the best of the series, and it's just disappointing. You know, when a show has hit all of the strikes with me to the point where I just don't care about following it anymore, you know you've made it onto my most disappointing of the year list. Alright, so that was the runner-up, but I think we can all agree what the most disappointing anime of the year was, right? Right? The Promised Neverland Season 2. What a ginormous slap in the face. I've truly no words. I've never seen as big a blunder as this. At least not in some time. Good lord. And keep in mind, that first season was pretty goddamn excellent. Wasn't perfect, but the mysteries, the intrigue, the characters, both the protagonist and the antagonist, very fascinating characters. And it left off on a really good cliffhanger. It wasn't just going to retread the same path that the first season did. The second season was gearing up to show us what this world was about, exactly how the world was. And you waited for those badass moments to arrive. And then you kept waiting. And you kept waiting. And all of a sudden there were people pissed off online because apparently the show was skipping major arcs, and the signs were there. Boy, were there signs there. But I don't think anyone was prepared for that shit it took. That massive dump it took at the very end. If this company knew it wasn't going to be able to make another season and said, you know what, we're just going to wrap up here. Yes, it's going to leave things on a cliffhanger. Not everything's going to be solved, but, you know, we've done the best we can. We're just going to stop here. At least you've left the door open for people to then go out and read the manga. Obviously not everyone's going to do so, but at least they can go support the manga. And maybe in the future, they'll be it'll be popular to the point where maybe this company will be able to do another season, or maybe another company will take over and continue it from there. You've left multiple doors open. But what they did basically shut all those doors. They basically decided, oh, let's just fucking wrap everything up in a montage. And I was just sitting there like, what the fuck are they doing? Are they literally telling us how the story would have continued if they had been able to continue it and just wrap everything up? Oh, we went here next, and then we did this, and then we liberated here, and then we fought over here, and Yeah, and then we got to all reunite and be happy at the end. And are you fucking serious? Who thought that was a good idea? Again, no words. No words. So again, I think it's unanimous. The Promised Neverland Season 2 is not only the most disappointing anime of 2021, but it was also the worst. Holy shit, am I already super fucking salty. And we've only gone through one category so far. So let's just go right into video games. Okay, full disclosure, I actually don't play a lot of disappointing or bad video games, mostly because games take a long time to go through, so I do my research, I check out reviews, see what people are saying, before I waste my time. That being said, I do still have some that I want to talk about, but before we get to those, a couple of dishonorable mentions, shall we? PES 2022. I mean, are we even fucking surprised? Konami just continues showing us that they're a video game company that not only hates making video games, but fucking hates gamers. And this mixed with their fucking NFT bullshit, I mean, it really shouldn't come as a surprise anymore. Battlefield 2042. Now, I'll admit this is one that I almost played because I really do like the franchise, and I knew it was going to be a buggy mess when it first came out. I mean, is that not even a surprise? I think we all should expect that already. But to the degree that the game was, holy fucking shit. And some of that shit is fucking hilarious. So seriously, go out and check out some videos because it is fucking funny. But no, you have to say no, no DICE, no EA, you do fucking better. And you show them by not buying their shitty fucking product. Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy, the definitive edition. I mean, what happened? Rockstar, what the fuck happened?
The reason is, your ass ain't worth the shit no more.
You better fucking back off, man.
What the fuck happened to you, man? Your ass used to be beautiful.
Now, with those pieces of shit out of the way, let's just jump right into my runner-up, Back for Blood. Strike 2, Turtle Rock. Strike 2. Like, maybe I could forgive Evolve because, you know, you tried something new and it didn't quite work out. That's fine, you know, sometimes that can happen. But what the fuck happened with Back for Blood? I mean, this is your fucking formula, right? Is it not your fucking formula? Because good lord, has it been a long time since I've seen a game so improperly balanced. I mean, to go into easy mode, mind you, which I don't typically do. You go to easy mode and have such a fucking imbalanced experience. There could be moments where you're like, oh yeah, strolling through, oh, this is definitely easy mode, and then all of a sudden be stuck for hours because of some fucking random ass bullshit. How? I don't even know how people are beating the other modes. I truly don't. It is so infuriating that I don't even want to go through the game anymore. And it's built for repetitious play. Like, I don't want to. And not that there was much to really keep me coming back anyway, because the story might as well be non-existent with how little impact it made. The cosmetics were whatever. There wasn't anything very unique or interesting about them. I will admit the card system could have been interesting. I do like the idea of the more times you play, you unlock more cards, and then depending on your build, you can have a completely different experience. But again, I don't want to go through your goddamn game again. Fix your shit. Because as of right now, I don't know if I'm willing to give you a third chance. Now, before I unveil my most disappointing game of 2021, I'm going to acknowledge that I understand there's a lot of people that like this game. Hell, it's been nominated for a bunch of Game of the Year awards, and it's very popular amongst the fans and people that play games. I understand that. But fuck you, it's my list. Resident Evil Village, bitch! I'm so fucking disappointed, and I'm actually quite surprised by how forgiving so many people are of this entry. And yes, I understand there are some really good things about it. But especially when you get to the bullshit stuff, that's what makes it such a disappointing experience. And look, it has a strong start. No, not the story. The story's absolute bullshit, which we'll get to in a minute. But no, you have a strong start. You come upon this village of monsters, of lichens, and there's puzzles everywhere. And it was very, very similar to me, like the Spencer Mansion or the Raccoon City Police Department, where it was like your central hub where you had to figure out the mechanics and the puzzles, and that shit was cool. And then you had the castle with Lady Dimitrescu. That shit was fucking awesome. And good lord, that second part with the fucking creepy baby. I wish the game was in VR. I would have loved to have played that section in VR. Which, by the way, is another disappointing thing that the game doesn't have, but I digress. But after that, you have a very dull third section. And then, if it was just that small section, fine. But then you have this fourth section, which, oh my god, it's like the developer said, hey guys, don't you know what people like about Resident Evil? When it's pure action. No! Nobody fucking likes that. Why can't you get it through your fucking... Stop making it pure action. I don't understand. And also, the fucking little wave of enemies you have to fend off, stop that. That doesn't work in your fucking games. You've done it so many times. It's not scary, it's not exciting, it's not entertaining, it's just fucking annoying. And then, again, maybe if it was just those two little sections, but then you have this entire fucking factory, and I just wanted to get through the goddamn game. I was so bored at it by that point. And the story. The story. Oh god, I am so sick and tired of these convoluted bullshit. So for those of you that don't know, you have the setup where you play as the character from the last game, Evan, and he has his wife and he has his kid. And then Chris comes in, fucking murders the wife, steals the baby, and when he's like, oh, what the fuck are you doing, Chris? Why are you doing this? Chris is basically like, no time to explain, just trust me, you know, and shit like that. Fuck you! You better goddamn explain! I mean, are you serious? You fucking kill the wife, steal the baby, you're not gonna fucking explain? And then, you imagine if the roles were reversed. Just imagine it. Just, like, if Chris was like hanging out with like Claire and Jill, and then Ethan comes in and fucking like shoots one and starts to kidnap the other, and he's like, oh, don't worry, Chris, just trust me. Do you think Chris is gonna be like, oh yeah, bro, I understand it? No, he's gonna be like, no, you better fucking explain. It's so fucking infuriating. And it's such a disappointment because I really liked number 7. I thought it was so good. A return to normality for this series. This is a series that I really enjoy, and I look forward to the next one, even though I know it's probably going to be a mixed bag, but I expected better, and I was disappointed. Alright, gonna calm down now for this final section. Gonna play it cool. Yeah. Alright, let's jump into movies. Now, once again, I understand that a lot of people liked this first pick of mine. But again, it's my list, so I'm gonna talk about Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Hey, Bartholomew! Yeah, Jen? What was your favorite part of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings?
Oh, I like the part with all the CGI bullshit and the fights that you couldn't see because it was so goddamn dark.
Right you are, Bartholomew. I love that part too. Hey, remember when Shang-Chi was fucking drowning in the water and then he had to get like an air bubble like from Sonic to survive? Good times, right? Look, you might like that shit, but I sure as hell don't. I went into this really wanting a cool kung fu movie with maybe a little bit of Marvel CGI bullshit that they do, just a little bit, not that much, you know, maybe fucking jumping all over the place. And, you know, for the first little act we got that, like that bus scene, that was pretty cool. The scaffolding fight scenes outside the building, that was pretty entertaining. But I don't know what the fuck happened afterwards, because it just fucking died. And I guess they think we want all this CGI dragon bullshit and this mystical place where it's really just one house, and does everybody live in that house? I don't fucking know, but I couldn't get invested. I couldn't. And then you have like fucking demon birds, whatever, coming down and taking the souls, and is this what you want? This is really what you wanted out of a Shang-Chi movie. fucking demon birds and dragons and fucking things that don't exist fighting all over you that doesn't even look realistic. Alright, whatever floats your boat, just keep that shit out of my house. I think a lot of you are gonna find my most disappointing movie of 2021 disappointing, which, hey, I guess it fits with the theme, hey? But really, it's a little bit more than that. The movie is Last Night in Soho. And now, is this the most worst movie of 2021, a complete and total disaster? No, it's not. It's actually very competently made in many aspects. But when you have a director that you really, really like I do with Edgar Wright, I mean, good lord, he's made some of the best movies of all time. Hey, Shaun of the Dead, fucking Hot Fuzz, Baby Driver, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Good lord, that movie was made for me, god damn it. Like, I was like right there, same age as Scott when that film came out. It was like the perfect timing. I fucking love that movie. And so you take this director that I really liked, and honestly has almost done no bad. Like, even the films that I don't 100% love, I still find them enjoyable and can rewatch them. But this, I really don't know what happened. I really don't. It wasn't scary. The story was really dull and it got really repetitive. The ending was really odd, and not in a good way, just in a kind of bullshit way. I'm not sure what happened. And I came out of the theater and I remember just going, man, that sucked. That was disappointing. I wasn't angry about it. I wasn't like super upset and raging like I was with Resident Evil or any of that shit. But it stayed on my mind and I thought, man, too bad. A director that had such great films right after another, I guess now has one bad one under his belt. And I guess no one can be perfect. It's almost impossible to be, but I guess when you like someone as much as I do with Edgar Wright, it's kind of disappointing to know that there is that in his filmography now. That's my most disappointing movie of 2021. And that's it. That's the list. I've got no outro, so stay safe out there and have a good one.